First things first, we do the bed. That's a made bed. I will be fearless. I am fearless. I am. Got some water. Morning water, hydration. Check. It's very important for you to wake up and hydrate instantly. I'm telling you, bro, waking up, drinking some tea, it's like another cheat code, bro. Like I said before, it literally increases your cognitive, it literally increases your capacity and capability of thinking, learning, writing, memory. Helps with all that. And on top of that, it clears out all your gut and stuff. Time to check this stuff off. I did my bed, I hydrated, took a cold shower, talked with God, and auto suggest 50 push-ups, check. Alright, so I got talk with God and journal left. Dear Heavenly Father, because I'm just so excited. Amen. Alright, so look. I got who am I becoming? A strong, ferocious, relentless, unstoppable, pure, powerful, eloquent, patient, optimistic, charismatic, meticulous, ambitious, courageous, enthusiastic, pragmatic, strategic, kind, loving, considerate, sincere, persuasive, disciplined leader who will liberate as many people as possible through the 7 big P's, which are positivity, purpose, patience, power, purity, and persistence and prosperity, and will show the world the government's true colors. And then I got, how will I move towards that man? I will be fearless. I will think before doing. I will only move with purpose, meaning, and intention, not impulse or emotion. I will not act out of alignment with God. I will complete daily wins. I will treat others how I would want to be treated. I will correct with kindness. I will read and listen intently to everything and everyone. And I will speak authentically. Then I got the nighttime reflection. One thing I want to talk about real quick is alignment. You know what I'm saying? And in the shortest, most simplest form possible, basically saying success is not something you chase. Success is something you attract. You know what I'm saying? You have to stop, people who, for example, people chase winning the lottery every day, okay? But if they won the lottery, guess what would happen? Yes, they would have $1 million. They would spend it extravagantly, very fast, on no beneficial assets or anything that makes them money back. But they would soon return to the same exact financial state that they were once in, because that money is on a different level than their mindset. You know what I'm saying? Their money changed, but their mindset didn't change. You know what I'm saying? They're not money conscious. Therefore, they cannot sustain that money. The law of sustainment states that you cannot sustain actions that conflict how you see yourself. And that money conflicts how you see yourself. You know what I mean? So that money will become your self-image will become a self-sabotage to that money. you won't be able to sustain that money because it directly conflicts how you see yourself. So you can put it this way. How do you catch a butterfly? You don't chase it. You build a garden. You know what I'm saying? That's simply what I'm doing every single day. I'm just building my garden. I'm putting the little inputs in every single day until the output appears, because it's inevitable. It has to appear. It has to come. You keep on putting in little inputs every single day, and output eventually has to come. It has to. It's inevitable. It's common sense. You wake up, you do 100, 300 push-ups every single day. Over enough time, all those push-ups are going to compound together and make you jacked. They're going to make you shredded. They're going to make you feel good. You know, they're going to make you healthy. You read an hour a day, every single day. It's going to compound over enough time to make you smart, to make you more critical of a thinker and more practical of a thinker. So you have to stop overcomplicating things. If you want to be smart, if you can be the smartest person in the world, you just have to put in more work than anybody is putting in right now. It's that simple, bro. If you want to be the healthiest person in the world, you simply put in the little atomic habits every single day, because little inputs will lead to a big output. It's that simple, bro. But these taking accountability and having a journal and writing down all your morning wins, your daily wins, your content wins, and every single day you're taking accountability and responsibility over your actions, over who are you becoming. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a journal writing down your morning wins, daily wins, and content wins, or whatever, you don't want it bad enough. It's that simple. You do not want it bad enough, because if you wanted it bad enough, you would take accountability over your daily wins, to make sure that you progress. Because when you don't write down your stuff, it's not giving you the mindset, where the mentality that it's making you think that, oh my God, I have to get this done, or I'm gonna have to put an X on it later. And when you put an X on it, you feel like a piece of shit. You feel like a piece of garbage. You feel like a loser, bro. And you should feel like a loser. If you mark an X down, you should feel like a loser. Absolutely. I mean, that's a good feeling, because that's accountability. Most people, they don't give a fuck if they get an X. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. Me, I write an X down, it's like the end of the world, bro. It's horrible. I feel like a fucking piece of shit. You gotta really understand how important it really is to have good eating habits like this. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can't be eating all those chemical compounds, bro. All those chemical compounds fuck up your DNA damage, reproduction damage, cardiovascular diseases, type 2 diabetes, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. I'm telling you, bro. Download the Yuka app, bro. You could scan everything. I'll pop a picture up of it right here. And download that, bro. It tells you all the additives, all the chemical compounds that you were eating, bro. And if you still want to eat it after you scan it, bro, you're just a retard, honestly. Got a banana there. Got magnesium, boy, or potassium. Too good. Come on, man. You guys, how important it really is to have a good eating habit. Your body's like a machine, bro. You know, basically whatever you put into it's gonna come out. It's how you're gonna process, you know. You put bad oil into a car, it's gonna break, bro. Put good oil in it, aka good good food in it, it's gonna process, it's gonna run good. Two, broken. Oh, that's how she's looking, man. Got some milk, you already know, extra protein. Gotta go film for a little bit for the video. I got the puppy out, man. Yo, son, come on. Show her out to the camera, dude. Yeah. I really just want to talk about who I used to be, who I am, and what exactly my purpose is. Because I should have talked about this the last video, but I guess I'll talk about it in this one, huh? My name is Eric Ide, and my purpose is to liberate as many people as possible. And not only liberate them, but liberate them with the 7 big P's, which are purpose, positivity, patience, persistence, power, purity, and prosperity. Because that is exactly what the government takes away from you. They take away your purity, they take away your power, they take away your purpose, they take away your persistence, they take away your prosperity. They take pretty much all 7 of those away from you. Because they want to keep you weak, docile, obedient, compliant, confirming. They do not want you to win, they want you to be a little worker. That's why they made the school system how it is. You know what I'm saying? The school system, how are you supposed, like, you ever sat down and questioned it? How are you supposed to learn from somebody who has no money? It's like the same thing, same concept as me asking a fat person how to get jacked, how to get shredded. It's insane. It makes complete no sense. How are you going to give me advice on something that you don't have? Nobody is going to want to work the rest of their life at something they don't love. It's going to put them in a spot, the unmost fulfilled. They will never be happy, because happiness is only contained in who you become. So you will never be happy if you don't fulfill your potential. That's why I will fulfill my purpose. That's why I wake up every single day with this much persistence and this much effort. Because I have millions of people's lives on the line. That's what I wake up and think of. I can change families. I can change generations on generations. And it's really so simple, just because they overcomplicated everything. They made us think it's so impossible. But in matter of the fact, it's really just finding what you love and pursuing it and having enough persistence for long enough until it's accomplished. You see, the only way to fail is to give up. There's 2 places you can go from failure. You could fail, stay down, never fulfill anything, live in regret, self-doubt, limitations, and fear. Or you can get up, learn, adapt, and succeed. Because you have to understand that there wouldn't be any success without failure. You have to fail to succeed. Every failure brings the equivalent seed of success. That means every failure gives you an opportunity to learn, and every opportunity to learn gives you an opportunity to learn and adapt, gives you an opportunity to succeed. You see, that's why you have to stop being scared of failure. You have to jump into failure. You have to get out of your comfort zone, because that's where growth lies, bro. You have to stop worrying about other people's opinions, bro. If you spend most people spend their whole life worrying about somebody else's opinions rather than being who they actually were meant to be. Don't be that person, bro. You will forever live in regret, bro. Be yourself, bro. You have one life. Go live it, and live it the right way. That doesn't go mean have fun, bro. Be fulfilled, not fun. Happiness is contained, like I mentioned in the last video, happiness is contained in who you become, not in what you do. You have to be fulfilled to become happy. It's my buddy Sean. But yeah, now that we got my purpose out of the way, let's talk about who I was and how I changed. So I used to be a really bad person, or at least I was a bad guy acting as a good guy. You know what I mean? I was following the wrong crowd, trying to gain respect over the wrong people, seek validation from the wrong people. And then that just led me to be in a very negative spot. You know, it got to the point where I was I was just in a negative mindset, listening to bad music. My vibration was very, very, very low. You know what I mean? But once God brought me this girl, Joanna, which Joanna brought me God, showed me God, which then God showed me me. You know, I found out that I'm not living up to my potential, and neither is 90% of the population. And another thing I noticed is that the dollar, I started looking at the dollar, it said, "In God we trust," and then you look at porn, so that instantly contradicts the dollar, their God, if they're talking about Jesus, which clearly Jesus is not their God. So then once I found out that they're just, it was just a whole, I looked at it and it was just like a whole, I had discernment for the first time, you know what I'm saying? I saw around the deception. I saw that they're just disguising manipulation. And I also saw, and that's another thing I saw, that they're acting out of alignment. So that means they're operating out of alignment with God. So then once I figured out that they were evil, the government is evil, I said to myself, I will dedicate my life as my purpose to expose the government and show the world their true colors, and help people fulfill their purpose potential, be pure, powerful, prosper, and patient. So they achieve and fulfill true happiness. They're fulfilled, their potential is filled, and so is mine, and so does the evil. The evil loses. At the end of the day, it's really good against evil. I just want to clarify that I'm not going to be praying on film anymore, because I just feel like it's being like kind of unsincere or disrespectful in a way. You know, that's more of a kind of a one-on-one connection type of thing, and I don't feel comfortable putting it on camera. No, I thought I didn't, but I didn't. But I will be sharing Bible verses and stuff like that, spiritual related. But yeah, I just had to feel like I had to clarify that. Alright, time to check off all the daily wins. Mind sharpened, check. 300 push-ups and walk, check. Pray day and night, check. Document day in the life, check. IG stories, check. I hope you guys enjoyed today's today's video. Comment down below and let me know what I can improve. You know, constructive criticism. Tell me what I can do better.